What did your psycho ex do? I caught my girlfriend of 6 years cheating on me in the basement with a guy who looked no older than 16. When I caught them, I told them to make themselves home, have fun, and went upstairs to do my daily things. Few minutes later, I heard them mumbling things to each other in the hallway and the guy left the house. Girlfriend hesitantly checked on me. I was cooking my meal and after some minutes of silence she started screaming, shouting and accusing me of not loving her, pleading with me to show some reaction. She threw things at me, shouted and cursed. I didn't budge a bit and completely ignored her. After she consumed all of her rage she simply left the house. Now the thing is, it's not like I didn't love her. I firmly believe cheaters are losers. The only reason they do things behind their partner's back is they are dependent on their partner in one way or another. That is why I believe it's best to ignore them. She became just another person for me when I caught her cheating. It was her choice, not mine, so no need to get sad even though it may sound cruel. I packed my important things and left the house the same night. In the following year, I made sure to live my best life. Got my so-deserved promotion, a fat raise, and hit it off with a girl I met a few weeks after the incident. All that time, I did not block her from any of my social media so she knew everything in my life. She messaged me every day, tried to convey messages through our friends, but I just laughed it off and ignored everything. Last week, her calls got even more aggressive. Had thousands of unread messages from her and I simply ignored them again. Days after, I had police officers at my door and I was taken to the police station to be investigated. They told me she ended her own life and blamed me in her note. After explaining everything to them, I went back home. Old mutual friends, her relatives, and even some of my relatives have been blaming me for everything. Some call me a monster, some call me an emotional abuser. I read all her messages last night. Felt like she was having a different emotion each time she wrote to me. She started by begging me to take her back, then blaming me for everything, then sending random explicit photos of her. Each time she was ignored, she looked more desperate to get an answer from me. In last week's messages she was threatening to end herself, and after being ignored again she sent one last voice message crying and begging. After going through the messages, all I felt was pity. I still do not know why her parents and friends did not notice she was going into a downward spiral. They are hypocrites for blaming me. Again, it was not my choice, it was her choice to do such a thing.